Good morning, happy Monday. Welcome back to the farm. It's a soggy one. Had another half-inch rain yesterday. Gonna be a few days before we get back in the fields. So let's see what else we got going on. Might make some seed deliveries today. I think our building crew is here. We might start getting a building today. Well, I don't know that it's going to be any sunshine today, but it's not going to be a horrible day. Just not going to be a good drying day. More rain coming tomorrow, and it does not look promising for getting in the fields anytime soon. Hopefully by the end of the week. The weather towards the end of the week does look better, so we'll see. And it's going to warm up, which is good. I have, however, noticed that some of the early planted crops are starting to poke through the ground, which is awesome. I do want to try and do some more of the emergence flagging testing this year. We're going to try and do it right next to the plot in the field across the road here. And none of that was coming up when I looked on Saturday. Didn't look yesterday. So today's Monday. Hopefully this afternoon we can get out there and take a look and see if anything is starting to spike through. We'll get our flags out. Anyway, spent a little time this morning. We're getting our drone sprayer set up. We're not able and ready to fly yet. I do not have all of the exemptions and paperwork in place that I need, but I'm hoping to get it soon. We'll see. It is what it is, but I did some firmware updates and making sure that I have all the accounts set up and getting insurance in place and all of those types of things. So anyway, we are going to load up a load of seed and get it delivered here this morning, and then we'll come back this afternoon and figure out what else we can find to work on. I do need to do some stuff to the planter, so maybe we'll work on the planter this afternoon. Although I keep saying that. I haven't done it yet. I am trying to get done delivering seeds so that I can give this truck back. We've had her for a solid 2 months now, and while I have a really awesome buddy that's let me use it, it's time to give it back to him. So I've got one guy that's he's got 22 boxes that he's supposed to get yet. I'm going to take one, and Dalton's going to come down and take one load of 8 each, which gets us down to 6 that the guy may or may not even take them. But that'll be the last of it that I need this truck for. So after this one, maybe we can get the trailer unhooked, do some cleaning, and get this thing back to the guy. I've got my trailer loaded up, waiting for Dalton to get here to get his loaded. Oh, well, let's walk out and look at our bean plot, shall we? We got anything? I'm sure if we look hard enough, we'll see some. Oh. Right there's one. Right there. Yep, they're coming. It's going to be muddier than heck out there, so I'm not going to walk out there, but yeah, they're coming. Oh yeah, look at this. See them right down that row. Cool. There's a bunch. That's exciting. Oh, look at this row. What number is that? 2674s. A bunch of them. Excellent. Oh, heck, I can row that one all the way out there. Those are coming real nice. There is going to be some differences in emergence between hybrids and varieties. Usually in beans, it's rather insignificant. Sometimes it could be a seed size thing. Those 2674s have been super tiny beans, so maybe they grew a little bit faster. That is a distinct possibility. The other one that always looks really good early is this one, this 3035. And they're there, but not as rowable. I can see them out there farther. Interesting. Something to keep our eye on. We definitely need to walk across the road and look at the corn here when we get back later this afternoon. Hopefully, the sun keeps popping out and dries it up enough that we can walk in it without getting mud all over our boots. Cool. I need it to dry up here so my wife can get her pumpkins planted too. All right, he is loaded up. I'm loaded up. Let's go. Oh, we finally made it back. It's really nice out now. Anyway, we got a bunch of empties. I guess I gotta unstrap them before I unload them. We're gonna get these unloaded, and I think we might unhook this trailer. I'm not gonna worry about the truck today because I got other stuff I wanna do. We'll go check out the building. I see some framing starting to go up, so that's good. And I wanna go start looking at some fields and checking emergence and stuff. It's starting to dry off on top. It's still gonna be muddier than heck, but at least we can walk out there a little bit. It won't be terrible. Had a guy come pick up another box of beans, so that is good. So there's another, I think, 5 boxes in here that need to move, that are sold to somebody. The rest of it is kind of extra stock beans, which is, there's enough, but not a huge extra amount, I guess. So I'm okay with it. We're gonna move stuff yet because it's still really early. We'll probably have some replant. We'll probably have some, might have some double crop. We'll have some guys need some stuff to finish up, so it's okay. But we might need to reorganize and consolidate or move everything down so that I can put empties in a corner or something, because we're going to have more empties showing up quickly, I suppose. All right, let's go down to the farm and see what's going on. Look, 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 look. We've got a little progress. She's tall. That's going to be really tall. All right, that's good. Not the biggest barn in the world, but we don't need that. This is what we need, so I'm excited for this. All right, let's go check out some fields here. I forgot my boys got their first baseball game tonight, so I've got to go to that in 15 or 20 minutes. But we're gonna run back here to the first planted corn, try and find a reasonably dry spot, walk out there and see what we can see. Okay, reasonably dry, maybe setting our expectations too high. You can kind of see it's starting to get dry. We'd have to walk out there a long ways to get to that though. There's a dry spot. There's a dry spot. Yeah, that's as far as we're gonna make it. Or maybe we can walk on the rocks. But look at the corn. So this is the very first field of corn that we planted. This was planted on Wednesday last week. Oh, I don't have my seed digger tool. I got a pocket knife. Wednesday last week. This was when we still had the original fertilizer pump that we were learning had blown up on us, but we didn't know it yet, kind of thing. So, yeah, it looks fantastic. I don't know, can you guys see that? Oh, yeah, you can see that down there. Look at that. They're all there. They look awesome. I didn't bring a tape measure or anything to count off and do stand count, but we need to do that. But just looking at it, looks pretty good to me. So we don't have perfectly even spacing here. You can see these two are very close together. We got a bigger gap here and here. That should be spread out a little bit. But I see no real skips. They're all there. Maybe there. I don't think so. They're all there. They're all. That one there got stepped on by a deer. See, there it got broken off right there. Here's a skip. There's the first one. Let's see what we got. Is there a seed or a planter skip? Right there's the seed. Wasn't a planter issue. Yep, I don't know if that one was going to grow or not, but planter did its job. You know, our seed is tagged at 95% germ usually, so they don't all grow, but most of them do. This looks fantastic, and like I said, you could start to see a few of them spiking through on Saturday. So I don't know how even the emergence was here, but within 2 days, they're all up. Maybe 3 days, I don't know. That's pretty good, if you ask me. I'm pretty happy with it. This was early planted, so we need to go and look at the stuff across the road and see if we're getting some spiking through there that we're planting a couple of days later, a few days later. But I don't have time for that. We'll have to do it after the baseball game. Now, my first planted soybean field is also up here. We can go and check on that. These were planted on the Tuesday, 2 weeks ago tomorrow, in 30-inch rows with the corn planter. Oh gosh, it's muddy, but yeah, there's lots of beans there. All right, let's go for a little mud walk. Yeah, buddy. Look at them all. Oh, boy. Oh, that's awesome. We probably could have planted a little less, a little bit lighter. So this is what happens in 30-inch rows, right? You're concentrating them. So instead of this row being split into two and half the beans being in the center over here like we would do in 15-inch rows, now they're all in one line. So they're a lot closer together. Even though we do back the population down, I'd have to go back and look, but I think we planted this at 120,000, which is not unreasonable. That's a pretty good population. But they are all growing, and I do mean all. Like, that looks great. Reasonably even emergence. Got some under a corn stalk there, but they're still coming. This is going to look so good in a couple of days when it gets warm here. Ooh, I'm excited. I'm excited for this. Cool, cool, cool. Well, we don't need to walk too far out here. Off to a very good start. I did not mention it on Friday in that last video there where we were just, catching up on rainy day stuff. But Friday, May 2nd, was the day we started planting last year. Outside of the March planted beans. That was the first day we planted any corn. It was the first day we planted any regularly timed beans. We were too wet the whole month of April. So, we're way ahead of last year's pace for the most part. Having crops out of the ground on the, we'll call it the 5th, but even the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, we had stuff coming up. So I am feeling really, really good about the start we're off to. We're going to see what we get for rain here tomorrow, tonight and tomorrow. There's one forecast I saw said we could get another inch to an inch and a quarter tonight. That's going to hurt. That's going to slow us down a lot more because we're already pretty wet right now, or still pretty wet, I guess. But it's not the end of the world. Like, the weather after that looks really good. Doesn't mean it's gonna be, but it looks really good right now. So hopefully by the end of the week or the weekend, we'll be looking at getting back in the fields and finishing up planting. We'll see. I still didn't get to the planter. Dang it. We have one of these to replace. This is a closing wheel frame. I broke one. Not on a rock. I'll explain when we get to it, but that, and then I think I'm going to take some of those seed firmers off and put the John Deere drop tubes back on, which is not ideal, but I don't like what I have on there, so we're going to keep trying to update that. Okay, I got that back. The case wasn't closed. I thought it was.
It is. Once you blow it.
Is that right? How was your ball game, Brayson?
Good.
Yeah, kind of. They hit the ball, but they lost. It's all right. Try again tomorrow if it's not raining. 16 to 8, that's right. Anyway, they're going to take me down to the farm. I'm going to get the lawnmower and my truck. It's down there. And we're going to go look at this corn across the road and see if we can get plenty of flags out tonight. All right, we're losing daylight, but I got my lawn mowed. We're going to try and walk out here and see if any of this corn's coming up. I got my tape measure and my flagging kit. So this row is the first one in the plot. I would like to not do that one, but we've also got a mud hole right here that I don't really want to be in either. So I'm trying to figure out where the best place to do this is. Probably somewhere right in here. We'll take this first row off of the plot, out of where there's most of the, here, we'll go down here past where the tire marks are. Start it right in here. I don't see any emerged. We'll have to look real close, but we're going to flag it out right now so that we can come back and find this same spot tomorrow. All right, so here's the deal. I put a flag down there. We hooked our tape measure on it. We measure out 17 feet 5 inches. Why 17 feet 5 inches? Well, because in 30-inch wide rows, which is what we have here, 17 feet 5 inches in 1/1000th of an acre. So then we'll count how many plants emerge in here, and that'll give us our population in thousands. So if there's 32 plants, that's 32,000. And we're just going to kind of track how many emerge each day. So I'm going to look real close here, make sure that we don't see any spiking through. But I did not see any yet, which is actually what we want. I don't want to see them, because if I see them, that means I missed the first day. Or they were probably today, but you can't verify that. So ideally, we won't find any today. We will find some tomorrow, but we'll see. So let's get down here, get muddy, and look real close. I'm not going to dig at all. I'm not going to move any dirt. I'm not going to search for them because I want to watch them come up naturally. We might do that in a different row, but not in this row. Oh, this ground is soft. That's awesome. Look, watch what happens when I just push my hand here. It just pushes right in. That's good. I don't see any emerged plants. Okay. That's what I was hoping for. Now let's go to the next row over, or just down here a little farther, and grab my knife. What did I do with it? Put it in the wrong pocket. That's what I did with it. Nope, it's not there. What did I do with it? I left it down here. Well, maybe there's a seed digger in this box. There's my knife. Nope, no seed digger. Thought there was one in the box last year. So I already grabbed it out of it. Oh, wait. It's right there. So I got this kit from Precision Planting. I bought 2 of them last year. I only ended up using 1. So we're using the second one this year, but essentially it's got a bunch of flags, and I'll show you. I'll show you that later. Let's do a little digging. Right there's a seed. Okay, can we see that? There's the shoot coming up off of that seed. So that means we just missed one back here. Yep, right there. I see the roots, I don't see the seed. I probably broke it off. Okay, so they're coming, but they're not up yet. So we'll come back tomorrow evening and try and check this again, see if any of them make it tomorrow. It's unlikely, and it's also unlikely, or it's likely to be very muddy out here, because it's supposed to rain an inch tomorrow. So we'll see. We'll put our mud boots on to get out here, I guess. But yeah, that's what we got. So in this kit here, we have some different colored flags. We have green flags. Green flags are our day 1 emergers. We have blue flags. Blue flags are our day 2 emergers. We have yellow flags that are day 3. And then we have red flags that are day 4 and after. And the entire point of this is to kind of watch them throughout the season to see, do the day that they emerge and how consistently and evenly they come out of the ground matter as far as what kind of ear we get and how, you know, the final product from the corn out here, or, you know, the growth stages and everything, and how much do the ones that emerge later fall behind those first day emergers. Motorcycles. Anyway, we're going to take this orange flag and we're going to go put it down on the end of the field here, right in this row, so that we know that's the row that they're in and it's easier to find later in the season. This one's not too hard to find anyway, but yeah, and I'm going to take my lawnmower home or back to the farm and go back home.